It's a disease. In Washington, we have three kinds of members of Congress: Republicans, Democrats, and appropriators.
That's Senator John McCain talking about earmarks a few years ago. He's very much against them. He's been very vocally against them. Now, you remember the Tea Party in that November election where American voters clearly expressed their disappointment with the way the government was spending? And one would think that the government would listen. Well, the government has responded with a $1.2 trillion spending bill, the Omnibus Bill. Americans for Limited Government's Rick Manning is with me now, and he is not happy about this, are you, Rick?
Frank, this is right out of Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back. What we're looking at here is the big spending government people who are all been voted out are now saying, I want one more bite of the apple. I want one more shot at these taxpayers, and we're going to spend and spend and spend until we're out of money.
Do you think that these government leaders can get to be so arrogant that they just think the American people don't realize what's going on, that American people are just not informed about what's happening in the legislative branch on Capitol Hill?
Political leaders and arrogance equate to one another quite directly. There's almost no way that these guys don't know that the American people said no to these new taxes, to new spending, that people want a balanced budget, that people want fiscal restraint. People expect the government to tighten their belts the way they've had to. And yet this government continues with over almost 7,000 new earmarks in this bill alone. They clearly are saying to the American people, we heard you and we don't care.
And some of these earmarks are ridiculous. We have money for legume research in Idaho. We have money for termite research in Louisiana. I couldn't make this stuff up if I tried. What can be done about this?
Well, what can be done is for the American people to just say no, to contact their legislators and say no more earmarks. No more legalized bribery, because that's what earmarks are. They're nothing more than saying to a legislator, I'll give you your $100 million project if you give me mine. And if I went to a legislator and offered him $10 to vote for a bill, I would be arrested for bribery. These guys are offering millions of dollars, and yet it's called business as usual. It needs to end. We can't afford it anymore.
It sounds like this just goes back to the arrogance of these leaders. Is that not what's going on here?
Well, I think it's just business as usual, and they are arrogant. They think it doesn't matter what the people say. We've got 2 more years to make it good. Who knows what the economy is going to be like in 2 years? We can stick our noses in the trough now and pig up as much as we want, and we'll explain it to the voters later.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Rick.